Hello everyone and welcome to Prodigal Overland. My name's Brad and today what we have for you is a walk around of our Jeep Grand Cherokee. What I'd like to do today is take you around, show you the modifications that we've made so far, and for some fun what we're going to do is kind of tally up the cost. I'm going to let you know how much I paid for each of the modifications and then what I paid for the Jeep, and we're going to compare that to the MRSP of this Jeep. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we come in under what I would have paid for this thing brand new. You need to stick around to the end to see if we come in under that MRSP of a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee Trailhawk. Now before we get started, if you've got a favorite modification that you put on your Jeep, or if you've got a question about one on ours, put it in the comments below and we're going to get back to you. Also, if you've not yet subscribed to us, to this channel, feel free to do that. There's a little button down in the corner that you can hit to do that. If you haven't found us on Instagram or Facebook, we're on those as well, and feel free to look us up there. So for the purpose of this video, what I'm going to do is actually show you the modifications we made in the order we made them. Very first thing we did when we bought this was tires, okay? I put new tires on the Jeep. These are the Falcon Wild Peak AT3 tires. So we upgraded the size of the tires to 265/65 R18. We did that at Discount Tire, and all said and done with 5 tires, because we had to change out the spare, that was $1,226 for tires. Been very happy with these tires. We have a review online of these tires. We're running them on the Jeep and our truck, so if you've not seen that, you can go ahead and check that out now. Next up on our list, we have rock rails from Jeep Products. Now you can buy the Grand Cherokee Trailhawk with the Mopar rock rails installed as an option. We were not able to find one that had everything we want with them on, so this was actually the first modification I did to the Jeep, and the rock rails from Jeep Products came in at $1,100. Again, all of this stuff, I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but all of the installs and all the upgrades that we did are on our channel, so if you have any questions about installs, head on over to there and you'll find them all. You just kind of pan this for you so you can see what they have at the top. Okay, I got the ones without any kind of tread plate on top. They do make some with some nice fancy treads up top to get prettier, but at the time and still now, I'm perfectly happy with these. One of the first things I did for this was make sure we had good tires and put the rock rails on to protect the doors and protect the frame when you go off-road. Very happy I did those two things, and that's why they were first up on the list. Following that, what we did was the Gobi rack, which is sitting up there. We'll get some good views of that for you, cut them in here, but the Gobi rack. Now the Gobi, if you're not familiar with that company, they make these racks to order. So when you order, I mean, when I ordered, I think there was something like a 6 to 8 week backlog or longer for these things, but this roof rack was $1,600. The reason I went with the Gobi at the time, I know Jeep Products makes one now. At the time they didn't have theirs out. I had a couple questions on that, but very happy with the Gobi rack. It's one of the only ones I found that actually has an insert that you can take out for the sunroof portion. So if you still want to be able to look up and see nice pretty sky, you can do that with this rack. And then if you need the extra space for storage, it has something you can kind of tie in and out. At this point, we have ours in all the time. My hopes of having just a beautiful Jeep to look at and admire for as much as we go off-road, those hopes are gone. And so now we're more function over beauty here, but we're very happy with that. So again, there's the rack up top, and then it's got this really cool ladder system that kind of sits there off your bumper, and you can kind of get up. I get lots of questions on this. Can you climb it? Does the door open with it on? Let's solve the door issue now. So yes, indeed, no issues with the door coming up. Plenty of clearance there. And then just as easily heads back down. Honestly, this is pretty slick. Been very happy with the ladder. Very sturdy. It kind of, when you're putting it on, you're like, is this really gonna hold in place? But we've had no issues at all with that. One of the reasons that we wanted to do the roof rack is because we knew we would need extra storage for what we're doing up top. Right now what we have is just two big storage cases from Plano Storage. I think they're their Sportsman, Deluxe Sportsman storage bins. I think those were running about $50 each when we bought them. They've been waterproof. We've been happy with that. No issues there. And as we're doing this walk around, I would be totally remiss and frustrated with myself if I didn't point out this sticker. I don't know if anybody watching is in the Texas area or the Dallas area, or just in case you're visiting, let me give a shout out to my favorite brewery, Peticolas. Okay, if you're in Dallas, you got to look up this tap room, find them, go visit them. You won't be disappointed. Also, part of our bling we got back here is a Dallas sticker, where we launched from, where we've been since 2010. I guess we're not there anymore, but definitely Dallas feels like home. So I also wanted just to show you guys this. This is just an extra recovery point we picked up. It was part of a kit that we picked up for about 90 bucks that had 2 recovery points like that. It also had a recovery strap that we can use. Coming up here real soon, what we're going to be doing is pulling out all of our gear. I'm going to be going over the gear we have used so far. I'm going to be asking you guys if you've got gear you think we need, or that you want to donate to us, or that you really like, that you let us know that in the comments. Okay, so that's going to be coming up probably in the next video. So that brings us around front. Things we've added up here is the lower front guard from Jeep Products. Let me show you what that is, as well as now we have the hidden winch mount. So the lower front guard is this portion here. Okay, running all the way across. It's got a cover for the adaptive cruise control. That one was $530 just to get this. What we were finding when we go out off-road is that the stock lower front guard, or the lower front fascia rather, that goes in place is just plastic. And so if you have any kind of approach angle, you can really mess up your plastic. You can get your camera. So this just adds extra plating up front. It's been very good to us. It's definitely taken some hits, so very happy with that. Hiding in there up here is our hidden winch that actually sits behind the bumper. We had an incident a couple weeks ago where we got stuck in some mud up here in Michigan. And so since we're going to be kind of rolling around in the East Coast for a little while now, lots more forests and mud and trees, we decided to go with that. Behind the bumper there, we have Smittybilt's X2O winch. That's been, I've used it once for it to pull a buddy out, and that went really well. It's a 10,000 pound winch, supposed to be waterproof, so there'll be more coming with that. The hidden winch mount underneath the bumper ran us $676, and then you have to obviously get a winch to put in it. The winch from Smittybilt ran right around $520 for the winch itself. And so far the winch has done well. We used it for just one pull, but I'm sure there'll be more in its future. Then lastly, we have the recovery points, also from Jeep Products. I'm sure you're picking up a theme by now. side note on Jeep products, not endorsed or paid by them at all. Wouldn't mind changing that in the future if they're interested. But as of now, totally bought all of this stuff. I found their stuff to be very, very good. It just holds up. So I've been very happy with that. But these recovery points, I was a little sour about these because if you have a Trailhawk, you know it comes with the tow hooks up front. But once you install the hidden winch mount, if you're gonna do that, there was no way to integrate the OEM tow hooks. So you had to go out and buy their recovery points if you still want that. So I did that. I was able to sell the old tow hooks. So if you're considering that and you wanna offset the cost of that, I would highly recommend you can go ahead and unload those tow hooks. That was not an issue at all to sell them. So I was able to recoup a good amount of money with that. So anyway, recovery points, hidden winch mount, winch, and then the lower front guard. For the recovery points up front, for the pair it was $300. What I'm gonna do now is tally up what we paid for the Jeep, what we paid for all of these different modifications, and we're gonna see if we came up under budget from what I would have paid for buying this brand new. Why do I care? Well, I would like to think that you can get a good quality used Grand Cherokee Trailhawk edition. This thing is fully loaded, and then tweak it the way you want it and still come under the MRSP. So put a comment below whether or not you think this is gonna work out, or if it's not. I actually don't know yet. I haven't done the math. My sense and my hope is that we will be able to, but I don't know. I haven't added up. All right, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is go home, tally up everything, and I'm gonna slip this in what we actually paid for on all the modifications, what we would have paid for if we bought it brand new. So stay tuned in 3, 2, 1. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks for watching. If you've not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and continue to follow us on our journeys. Hope you all have a great day.